Hi everyone, welcome back to Comfy Cozy Crochet with Tris. I am Tris and this is podcast number 14. Today we just have one semi-finished object and two works in progress. So not as much to show you, so let's kind of just jump in. So I have one semi-finished object. I'm sure that you're all going, what? What is that? You can't have a semi-finished object. Petra from Petra's Happy Place, I'll link her channel down below. I once heard her call it an AFO, almost finished object. This doesn't quite qualify for that because it is done. This is for a tutorial that I am going to be putting out hopefully this week, maybe next week. Maybe the week after that. We are having some serious technical difficulties going on here based on shooting under and around a tripod, trying to figure out how to flip a video. If anybody has any idea how to flip a video upside down, that would help me immensely. I'm going to be Googling that tonight after I finish, filming this and editing and uploading it. But anyway, so we're just having a little bit of technical So we're just having some technical difficulties as well as speech deficits. So basically what I have for you today is a swatch of the pattern that I'm going to be working with, including the border. I went ahead and worked it up in just some random yarn I got on clearance ages and ages ago. This is Big Twist Baby. I got it on clearance at Joann's for $2.97. You can see that. Of course, that's right over it. There you go. The color, it's a number 4 medium, 100% acrylic, 185 yards, 3.5 ounces. The color was called Sweet Pea. I believe it's completely discontinued. I don't even think they have a baby line anymore, which is really too bad because I will say this is pretty nice yarn. I enjoyed working with it. It's soft, but I don't actually see a whole lot of difference between this and their value. Probably they had, sweet little colors like Sweet Pea. And that's what really set it apart from the value. Although it seems like the value has a pretty nice range of colors as well. Anyway, I digress. So I am going to show you the back of my swatch here. So it's a little flopsy wopsy because the swatch is, I don't know, this, it's like 4 by 5, 4 inch by 5 inch. If you can see that there in the middle. And then it has a massive 4-inch border all the way around it. And so the swatch piece is actually really not enough to hold the border, which makes sense because it's not going to be a teeny tiny object. That being said, it was still going to be too massive for my project. So the border has been edited down a bit, if you will. And we're just going to kind of go with it. It's going to be pretty simple for a first tutorial, but please do look out for that. And I'm begging of you guys to please be kind. Anybody who has not put a tutorial up before needs to know that it is way more difficult than it looks. I already could imagine that trying to crochet around a camera was going to be difficult and trying to see what I'm doing in a viewfinder, but I really had no idea just how difficult it is. And props and kudos to those people out there. We all know who we're talking about here, who put out tutorials on a regular basis and make it look like it's just super, super easy. I can think of a fair few right off the top of my head. And anybody who has put up a tutorial, please be kind because you know how hard this was when you first started, unless you're magic, like some of the people that I'm thinking of. Anyway, so you guys can look out for that. I'm not going to show you the front of the piece because, again, I want to keep that kind of a surprise, but here's your little teaser. And isn't this just a beautiful color green? This is not the color or the type of yarn that I will be using. This is, like I said, just a scrap skein of yarn that I had that needed to be used up anyway. And I think I'm gonna give this to my mom as a really nice just washcloth. It is 100% acrylic, but that doesn't really matter if you're washing your body or washing your dishes. so long that it's not going to touch anything hot surface. So I am going to probably just give this to her. Her favorite color is green, and I think she would love this for Mother's Day, and I think she'd actually love how frilly and flopsy it is. So there is my kind of finished object. Isn't that exciting? I'm sure everybody's like, are you serious? You really just showed us that? But you know what, y'all? If I didn't show you that, you'd be like, what the heck have you been doing for a week? Seriously, Tris, what have you been doing? I'm also having a little bit of a weird hair day here, so sorry about that. I am a total wash and wear girl, so when my hair just gets crazy, then it just gets crazy. I probably should put cute clips in it or curl it or do something like that, but let's be honest, it would end up looking worse if I tried to do something with my hair, because ain't nobody got time for that. Or I don't. Okay. Reel it in here. Okay, so my first work in progress is my granny temperature blanket. Those of you who don't know, I am participating with Brenda from Brenda, the Newbie Crocheter, Veronica from Steele's The Show Crochet and Chefs, and Ursula from OMGrannySquare, I think. I will link them all down below. Wonderful, fabulous ladies, three of my favorite people here on YouTube. They're just so sweet and so kind and very knowledgeable. Ursula, of course, as the name would suggest, is a Granny Square expert. And the other two had never made a Granny Square before, and I was fitting right into that category. They have done the 2021 challenge, and basically that is, hey, pick something that's been really intimidating for you, that you've never done before, that possibly you've tried and struggled with before. Pick a big project that you can work on all year long that happens to be a big challenge for you. And who's to say what is a challenge for one person versus somebody else? Just make sure it's a challenge for you. Pick that, and then go ahead and it's a year-long crochet along. Veronica and Brenda both picked Granny Square projects, and they actually both picked different Granny Squares, which was kind of neat. And Ursula picked a temperature blanket. Now, before they released what it was they were going to be working on, I had decided that I wanted to do a temperature blanket for the first time ever, and I was looking through a whole bunch of different ones, and I actually saw Jennifer from Flux, link down below, had a couple of years back done a Granny Square temperature blanket, which is a little bit of a twist. Previously, I had only seen rose in various stitches and in various color ways and color palettes, but I had never seen a Granny Square one. So I went ahead and did that. Now, I'm not 100% sold on the different color palette that I chose. I tried to go off of hers, and then I had to tweak it a little bit because several of the colors were discontinued or not available in my area at all. I had to buy a few off Amazon. I also needed a wider range of colors because here in Washington State, at least on the western half, we are looking at a much milder range of colors, and so, of colors, well, that too, a much milder range of temperatures. Therefore, we need more colors so that you can see the variation, because for instance, maybe the high and the low for a week straight is going to be in the 50s and 40s and 50s or whatever, and so if I did an entire year-long temperature blanket out of that, there would be almost no colors in that blanket. So I had to break it up by like 5s, but start at like 20 plus, and even then I'm pretty sure we just saw during our snowstorm that happened like 2 weeks ago, pretty sure that that was our lowest, and we never did break below the 25 here in my area anyway. So I don't think I'm even gonna ever be able to use one of my colors. But again, I'm rambling here. Let me show you the blanket. As of last night, I had done everything from the previous night. So we are caught up to the 21st. Yes, to the 21st of February. And this is what it looks like thus far. I have begun to weave in my ends, so those of you who told me that I needed to get on it, and I said, please hold me to this, I have started, but I have not gotten very far because I was busy catching up. Like I said, so much of my time, that's curling up a little bit, so much of my time has gone, and mental energy has gone to working on my my tutorial and trying to design what pattern would go with what border and what colors of yarn and what have you. So therefore, I just haven't gotten through very much. This one right here is my favorite. It's Turquoise Red Heart, and this is Varsity Gold by Big Twist. I thought that was so pretty. So vibrant and bright. We're looking at a lot of this frosty green in here, which is actually one of my favorite colors by Red Heart, but in this palette I really don't appreciate it very much. Just because I think it takes away from the rest of the really vibrant colors. There's so much of that muted green in there. But really enjoying this. I still have some ends, as you can see. We're just gonna leave it for French. Just kidding, that would make me nuts. But anyway, so really excited with how this is turning out, and it's going to be quite big. Just under my wingspan. Definitely when it's done, it's going to be enough for me and Sean and Grant all to snuggle up under and watch TV and what have you. So pretty excited to have that. And I just love the idea of kind of journaling the year with this. So there is that. The next project I have to show you is also another work in progress, and I've made decent progress on it considering I have a lot of fingers in a lot of different pies this week. But that is my feather and fan blanket. This is a pattern by Persia. I will link it down below. Really, really beautiful stitch pattern here. Really, really love the colors. And so this one is in Fair Isle Nantucket yarn. I've spoken about it in previous videos, but if you want just a quick little look-see, I'm pretty sure that the Fair Isle brand has gone out of business, or is at least taking a short pause at the moment. But this is the color Sesame, which is one of the colors I've used. It's classified as a number 5 bulky. They recommend an L hook or an 8mm. Machine wash, cold, gentle, do not bleach, lay flat to dry, do not iron. 75% acrylic, 25% superwash wool, made in China. FairIsleYarn.com. Distributed from Ontario, Canada. That's cool. Oh, there we go. 131 yards, 120 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, and again, bulky. So, the colors. This lovely aqua color right here is called Aquatic. We've got Sesame, this lovely variegated that's got that bright peach as well as the sandy color and the aqua color in it. This one is called Day Spa, How Apt. The white is Clouds? Cloud. This beautiful neutrally variegated that I have been nerding out with all of my neutral nerds right here. This is called Sandy Beach. And then we're back to the aquatic. But really, the variegateds in this just steal the show. So I'm going to get it a little closer there for you to see that. This is this beautiful Day Spa color. Look how beautiful it blends in there with the Sesame color underneath. And there's that really beautiful Sandy Beach color there. So that is the feather and fan blanket as it stands. It's easily 2.5 of me as far as my width goes, and let's see, maybe 3 feet tall. So we're working on it. You know, it makes a really nice short lapgan for me and my little short legs right now. But I would definitely like to at least double, if not triple that in size. And I think I'll be really close to tripling that in size because I have just begun the second skein of a couple of these colors, and I have 3 of each color. So I think I'll be able to easily make that a really nice full-size throw, maybe tuck around my chin, over my shoulders on really cold days, for at least just myself, if not me and Grant or something like that. We could snuggle up and watch movies once he's able to watch TV. So that is what I've got going for you right now. Like I said, a lot of my time has been taken up with the tutorial that I'm working on. I'm actually this is going to sound crazy, but I got really, really inspired to work on another tutorial, which is something that, as far as I've looked on YouTube and such, Pinterest, what have you, has not been done before. And so I'm working really hard on that. Math is not my strong suit. It is my husband's strong suit, but he doesn't crochet. So we're actually working on trying to get some collaborations going on with the two of us and see if we can work this out together. And anyway, the point of me telling you that was it actually has impeded the tutorial I'm working on now because I got inspired and my brain started coming over here, and basically my brain had another tangent in the middle of this, but I'm going to get that up as soon as possible for you guys. Another just quick thing that's been going on is my old pup. Not a pup at all. She's going to be 14 in the beginning of June, and she actually got hurt this week. We had to take her to the vet yesterday, or I did. And she has a herniated disc in her spine, and it has made her back right leg completely paralyzed right now. She's dragging it around or hopping around on it. And so she's on steroids and pain medication and sedatives, and the vet is hopeful that she will regain full motion of that, but it's not guaranteed, of course. He said that we could employ a neurologist to do a risky surgery that would be upwards of $10,000 with absolutely no guarantee that it would work any better than the meds. We're not going to do that. Even if we had the means, she's 14 years old. I'm not going to put her through that. The third option would be a possible amputation. So we are just hoping and praying that she gets better with medication and time and rest. So if you were the praying sword, I would really appreciate prayers for my pup. I know so many people are going through so much right now in their personal lives, but if you could spare a kind word for my little dog, that would be wonderful. And if you just give positive vibes, maybe send a positive thought my way, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, so we're just kind of keeping calm and crocheting on, right? So that's what I've got for you. Hopefully next week I am going to have a tutorial for you, possibly a second tutorial in the works. I'm hoping to have this baby done and continue on progress for the temperature blanket. Also, if anyone is interested in joining in with the challengers or even just hopping by to say hi and discuss everything with us, I know that Ursula, Brenda, and Veronica would be more than happy to have you join us. They are the most welcoming trio ever. So it is going to be on February 27th. I believe noon Eastern time, but please go check that out. It's going to be on Ursula's channel, which is the OMGrannySquare. Again, it will be linked down below. And they are encouraging people to come up on the panel and show their work. I will be there. So if you want to see what I'm doing on Saturday and maybe get a glimpse of baby Grant squealing in the background or something, I will be up there joining them. They invited me last month, and I was just waking up. My hair was all messy. The baby was screaming. We were making breakfast and having a dance party, so that was not going to work. But I will be there on Saturday. And again, please go check those ladies out. They're fabulous. This community is so warm and welcoming and wonderful, and those three ladies are a big reason that I have stuck with this, because they are just so supportive. And I would love anybody who just happened to have found me, hasn't found those ladies. They all have more subscribers than I do, but if you have not found them yet, please go give them a shout. Say hi, let them know that I sent you. Please think about subscribing to their channels. Also, if you've just found me, please think about subscribing to my channel. Usually I have more to talk about than this. I will go ahead and say that I'm loving the clover hook that I've been using with this, that I just was talking to you all about the other day. Really enjoying that, thinking I might have to take your guys' advice and maybe buy the whole set with that 60% coupon the next time it comes up. So a little update there, but again, I'll talk about that more later. Hope you guys are having a great day, evening, week, weekend, whenever you're watching this. I love you guys so much. Have a great one. Bye, guys.